Lock in, take notes, pay attention. We are mapping out a $5,000 December, and we're going to do it together. I'm going to show you what you can do if you want to make $5,000 this December and how I've done it. I'm also going to give you something very cool, very, very cool. Actually, I'll just do it now. I'm not even going to wait. In the description of this video, I have reopened 7-day free trials to your first 5K, to your first 5,000. 7-day free trial. So you can go in there. Yeah, I know you're running to it right now. If you're already in it, obviously you know how valuable it is. It's amazing. And it only costs $50 a year after the free trial. So it's just like a no-brainer. But it's free for you to test out because I know sometimes people want to see it in action. Once you get there, what that means is you can take the next 7 days and go through as much of the materials as you'd like, all kinds of stuff we have in there, and you can talk to people, you can hang out. It's very cool. It's very cool. All right, so this video though, I'm going to help you navigate a little bit of how you would navigate your first 5K and December specifically, okay? So I'm filming this in November 2025. It is very possible that you could see this in 2026 and December could be far off, but I want you to apply it almost any time, but specifically the mindset of December. If you think about your potential customers and your previous customers and current ones, December seems like a slow month for people. They, think about Black Friday in November, and of course, that is huge, obviously. But if you're not familiar with Black Friday, look it up. It's pretty interesting. But December, December is kind of like August. December is like this sleeper of a month that most people overlook because they think, oh, everybody's kind of checked out for the holidays. People are slowing down. People are like really focused on Christmas, so they're not going to be investing in themselves when it comes to like self-help or coaching or digital products, right? Here's the thing though. December is a major time for self-reflection. It's a major time for getting your ducks in a row for most people. Think about it for yourself. You may be quieter, you may be slower, you may be focused more on your fam, but you're also internally thinking about the new year, the new you. What are you going to accomplish next year? You're in that mode whether you realize it or not. And yeah, like New Year's, like January is like always like interesting because people are just like raring to go, kickoffs. But that December is special. And I don't want you to miss it. So I want you to start preparing for it now. If you're in it, if you're watching this in December, you still have time until that ball drops, if you will. We still have time in December, okay? So there are a couple of ways that you can approach this, and it's going to be different for you depending on who you are, what you're willing to do. This will all be legal and ethical and awesome. But what you're willing to like put out there as far as like the effort you're willing to make. And it also has to do with your preferences. And you can look at anything you have done, already sold, already worked on as a kind of a guiding force for you. A lot of times people like to create brand new offers. They're going into the new year. They're like, I'll do 6 months or 12 months of this if you pay this low rate. And that always knocks people out. I want you to pay attention to this part, okay? In the comments, say, yes, I hear that, or something like that when I tell you, have you ever thought about or done this? And I've done this, so I'm never going to be judging. I'm always going to be coming from a place of experience or observation. Is you do an offer and it's like you want it to be like this kind of cool price so that people jump on it. But then the delivery is nuts. The delivery is like, oh, snap. All right. Like, I got to do what for 6 months, for 3 months, for a year, and you don't really think it through. So, a lot of people do that if they're trying to do some December stuff. I want you to first think through what you have already sold. What do you already, if you, even if you haven't sold it, what do you already have? Do you have a replay that is really, really valuable? Let's say you did a webinar or you did some sort of workshop and like nobody came to it, or just a couple people came to it and you were bummed at first. But it's happened in the last 12 months or so, and it's like still viable and it still is helpful. Could you put the replay up, call it, name it something that makes sense compared to what it is, right? In relation to what it is, and sell it for $49, $99. Could you have it as part of something else? Like I'm working with, I don't know how many people who are doing that. Like multiple people are doing that. And it's really valuable because you've already built it. You don't have to reinvent anything. So that's just one idea. So I want you to think of this in two different ways. First, I want you to think, is there something I can already use? And I don't mean go back like 5 years and you dust off something that you're not really passionate about and it's just kind of random. That's not really the look. You want something that is still fresh, something that is still helpful to that customer. You would pay that amount for that and you would feel like it was a bargain. A bargain and very valuable, right? That's what you want to look. So I want you to think about two different ways. One way to look at this, and there are many, so I'm just focused on a couple here. One way to look at this is I'm going to sell 100 things times 50, 100 somethings. And this is not physical. Right now, we're not talking about physical products unless you already have a physical product. It's already, the inventory is there and you're just standing by, right? Ready to go. So what you could do is you sell 100 of those for $50. Something digital, that replay that I just told you about. Like really, if you spent a couple of hours whipping up a lovable landing page or even a stand store, you don't even need a lovable if you don't want one, but that could help you. Like it could help with conversion. It's helped me. Like whipping up a really nice lovable web page, and that if you don't know what that is, look at a couple of my, go to my channel, and I have playlists where you can see where I'm like vibe coding. You can see where I'm building pages. You can do that. It's not hard to do, especially if you have my prompts that I have in my prompt shop in a box, which again is linked in the description. I give you sales page prompts that you just copy and paste, and then you just tweak it. But anyway, you could have, imagine you have this $50, $49, usually 49 goes over well, product. You could put it on Lovable, and you don't even have to have it like paid for by Lovable, although you could connect that to your Stripe or to, they like to use Stripe. It likes to use Stripe. You could even like have a stand store. So Lovable is $20 a month. Stand store is $20 a month or $100 a month, depending on what kind. You could have a Lovable landing page. I do this. And it's like really compelling, gives you a lot of information. It talks about you. It's awesome. And then that links over to the checkout page for on Stan, which takes the payment for you. And you get that money almost immediately, depending on what kind of your setup is. But you get it within, a short amount of time. It could take a few days, depending on, how new your account is. And your whole goal for December is just like, and even November, if you're still in November, is like, I'm just going to make content and talk to people and get as many people as possible to this landing page, whether that's through Lovable to make it super pretty, or it's just directly to Stan. Like Stan's conversion works really well too. I've definitely already have the $100,000 plaque on Stan. I did that in 3 months over the summer, and then now I'm like at 185,000 or so. They reached out to me because I'm doing so well on it. They were like, "How do you do that?" Like that's how much I use Stan. So I'm just telling you. Um, and I don't even know when I do my links, I don't use my affiliate link to Stan. I just send you to my Stan store. So I'm not telling you this so I can make money. I'm telling you this because it works and it has worked for me. It's not going to work for everybody. I can't make any financial claims, right? It's not going to work for everybody, but it's going to work for those who try, who put effort into it, who strategize, who work with me. Um, and at some point it clicks. At some point it clicks. So that's one way to think about it. Do you want to know the second way? Let me know if you want to know the second way because the second way is quite interesting. Before I tell you the second way, let me ask you a favor. Go ahead and subscribe if you aren't already. When you subscribe, if you're not subscribed, if you are, thank you. If you're not subscribed and you subscribe, what it does is it tells YouTube that this video is resonating with people and it's very valuable. So it puts the video out to more people. And I want more people to know about this. Okay. So, and I want to grow my channel, like obviously, right? So before I tell you the second way, I want to tell you that there's something called a bump sale. And let me see, I'm not gonna show you the bump sale site. I'm actually gonna show you I'll show you the Your First 5K where you're getting that free 7-day trial. I'm going to show you that because that'll show you the bump sale. Okay. I feel like, mm, yeah, I think this is the right one. All right. So this is Your First 5K if you're not familiar. If you are, this you totally recognize this page. We have an awesome powerhouse lineup this week. By the way, jump on that. Even if you get the 7-day free trial to go to these. It's so cool. Look at this week. It's so awesome. Okay. All right. So then if you just type in the word bump sale is a bombshell. Okay. This is the lessons, how to use bump sale. So anyway, so I'm just telling you, it's like, so Rodney, who owns Bump Sale, is actually in the membership. Isn't that cool? He's the CEO of bumpsale.com. It's awesome. Okay. So if you go here, um, in the classroom, a fast way to create a bump sale, make 200 with the bump sale, bump sale. So bump sale is, if you think about that $50 times 100 I was talking about, bump sale is where you start the price at $1, and then every time someone purchases it, they pay $1 more. So what first is the $1, the next is $2, the next is $3. So I'm actually giving you a bonus way to make 5K is to sell with that math. If you do the math, you sell 100 of those. So the first person paid $1, the 10th person paid 11, etc. Then you will make $5,000. So if you want to know how exactly to do that, I have a bump sell course on Stan, and I also have some training in Your First 5K that is free. So if you go to Stan Store Arlan, okay, Stan Store /Arlan. If you go here, bump sale playbook. So for $27, it could change price at any time, but for $27 right now, you can launch your bump sale in 7 days or less. You get the copy tools, strategy. So I give you all the training. That's what's different about this compared to what's inside of Your First 5K, which is quite a bit, is that I give you video training. And so it makes it a little bit easier. And I think, it's kind of cool to test it out. But that's another way. So it's not like you're going to make, or you have to make the full 5,000 one specific way. Also, right? It could be that you do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So maybe your bump sale, you sell, 40 and you make $800. And then you sell this other thing for 50. And by the way, you don't even have to sell like a digital product, which I think is a great idea. If you want to do like this big push, you could do like a $49 Zoom call with you. I used to do $30 Zoom calls, not Zoom, we didn't have Zoom, but it was like phone calls, $30 phone calls. And it's actually, it would help me like make ends meet because I would be like, okay, I'll help you with your blog. I'll help you with this or that, right? Stuff I didn't even realize was so important to other people that I was just working on myself. Okay, so that's one way. So are we clear so far? If you're still with me, we're going to say time, TIME is the code to let me know that you're here with me, you're locked in, you're riveted, hopefully. Okay, so then the other way to think about this, and this is something I've been thinking about so much, is what if you sold $1,000 offer, 999, whichever, to 5 people? To 5 people. Now, not everybody is going to be able to do that right off the bat. Like you might be like, oh, I don't think that's for me. I'm barely hanging on over here. I don't think that's something that I don't know anywhere to find those people. But there are people watching this video right now who very well could do that. There's people here who could charge 5K to one person. And you know what they have inside of your first 5K? Because we've been going since April. So it's a few months. So April 2025, now it's November. And so many different people have had different levels of success in your first 5K, which again, you get for free. If you haven't joined it while we're having this conversation, what are you waiting on? Like, what's the risk for you? Just join. Join, get that information. Even if you don't want to keep going, you don't have to. You get 7 days to test it out. Anyway, make sure you cancel if you want to cancel, but I would not cancel at first because you just want to see what it's like. Because you might want to be like, yeah, I'll pay $50 for this for the year. This is awesome. I want more of this because I'm like adding stuff all the time. So some people in there have actually charged $5,000 to one person, and then they make their 5,000 because of what they learn in there. So let's say you did $1,000 service or offer for five people, essentially 1 week till the end of the year. But this is about December, so like give or take. So like 1 point something, per week. And what you would do there is, okay, so I'll give you an example. I pay, well, up until a few days ago, I was paying 1,500 a month to have some very specific short form videos made every month. Like a certain number of them. I think it was like what was it? It was like 20. I think it was 20. And yes, I can do short form on Opus Clip, which is kind of cool. Like, I mean, definitely cool. I use it all the time. If you're not familiar, always anything that I say, if you're not familiar, just look it up, pause it, rewind, look it up, look at the closed captions if it helps, if it works, and look it up. But the reason I do that or did that is because this particular person was just really great at, doing very specific edits that I have seen perform well. And I use those. So he basically takes my videos, my long form videos from YouTube, and then he turns them into shorts. So I can use them on YouTube Shorts. You've probably seen them. I can use them on Instagram Reels. I can use them on TikTok. I can use them on LinkedIn, Threads. And for me, $1,500 a month was worth it. So I think 1,500 was kind of like, that's something I definitely have to think about for sure. I pay even more now because they worked out and I'm like, you know what? I want more of these. So what my point is there is that there are different tasks, talents, skills, different things that people who run businesses that are successful, people who are busy, people who make money, maybe they work at a company and they make six figures or more, where if they paid just $1,000 a month to have something handled for them, they'd be over the moon. Whereas you're thinking about it as, well, my friends can't afford $1,000 extra a month. We're not talking about your friends. Put the word friends in the chat if you're with me. We're not talking about your friends necessarily. Like some people are selling to their friends, and that's one of the things I tell you to do. Like it's all good. But for this, you're not necessarily thinking about who is your peer or what you might do today. Like personally, you might say, oh, I'm not going to pay an extra $1,000 for some shorts. That's not what's important. What's important is, do you have something that you can do that would take it off of the plate of someone who can afford it, or who, I always say can't afford it, but it's more like who is willing to pay it. Because you don't know who can afford what. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. So are you willing to think through something? And I have this list that I made of things that you could sell for $1,000. I have so many, like I have 200. I don't even know. Maybe I should turn this into a lead magnet and give you a list. But let me know if you want me to give you this list. And if enough people say yes, I'll make the list and then it'll be in the description after all. Okay. But let me just see. I mean, so many of them. So these like digital products, services. So if you think about what I just described, let's say you charge somebody $1,000 and you made 10 or 20 short form vids for them. And you didn't necessarily use Opus Clip unless you knew how to use it in a way that was really specific because they can do that. You didn't just do something that was kind of like, You did something that was like really valuable, but they don't want to do it. Even if they could do it, they don't want to do it. Does that make sense? Talk to me a little bit. Okay. So then let me get the list here. So membership setup and launch. So let's say you're on school. If you've been watching me for a while, you probably have a school account. Like I'm like the queen of telling you about school. The school is where I have your first 5K. So when you join the free one, you get to see that. But let's say you have a school and you've been running it for a little bit. And it doesn't really, honestly, doesn't matter if you have a lot of members or not. What matters in this case is, do you know how to set stuff up? Do you know what different features mean? I even have a school that is called Schools Teachers Lounge. And it has Allison, my co-founder of it. It has her listed, but it's actually my school, like mine too. It's called, you can look it up on Discover on Schools Teachers Lounge in my name. Maybe. I don't know if it'll come up with my name, but Allison it will. And we teach you all the back end stuff of like, what does this feature mean? What does this button mean? What does that mean? You could hack that and like join something like that. Doesn't even have to be doesn't even have to be ours. You see, I got all excited, so I'm turning into a 12-year-old. Doesn't even have to be ours, but you just kind of like take your experience with school. This is just one example, by the way, okay? Take your experience with school and say, I've spent the last 3 months building a school. I know building on school. I know these features. I know the jargon. I keep up with school news. I know the updates. I know kind of what's helping people, da 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 da. I'm gonna charge $1,000 one time, not a month, just once. I'm paying the $1,500 a month, right? For my thing, but you can just charge $1,000 one time. I will build your school. I will add your, you know, thumbnails and titles and create your courses and get your calendar going and create some posts and get things ready for you, set it up for you. This person makes me an admin. They set it up on their account, but they make me an admin. So I can do almost anything except for, I think, set pricing. And I'll do 80%, 90% of this work to get you going so that that is no longer a barrier for you. And let me tell you, if somebody is a professional and they've been hearing about school, but they're just like, I don't know if I want to go and make the school because it takes time. They may be willing to just peel off $1,000 for you to do it. Now, I know your next question is always inevitably, how do I find those people? That's why I made a video that tells you how to do it. So look up my name and well, let me see if I can find it real quick. I definitely get it. So let me tell you. So this is just one idea. I'm going to give you more ideas, okay? Let's see. Arlan Hamilton, that's me. And I'll say how to promote. Let's see if that helps. I have so many videos. So, oh, you know what I'll do is look it up for my channel. Go to itsaboutdamntime.com or just click on my name. You can go to all my videos. So I'll show you right here. Okay, so the latest videos. So I just clicked on my name right there and it brought me here. It brought me to the home first. And you see the playlist I'm talking about? Make money with AI, vibe code. Okay, so I'm gonna click on videos. I'm gonna look at latest and then full guide for beginners. 4 videos ago, and now it'll be 5 for you. How to get 100 people to see your offer in 24 hours. So I do a 22-minute full-on guide. And then I also give you a link to a full-on physical, like not physical, but virtual guide for free. So that's what you would do. That's how you do it. So we'll come back to that, right? So the real point of this is, what are you going to do? So take a look at this page, by the way. See if there's anything interesting here you want to watch next. Okay. Look at all this stuff I do. Let's do 674 videos. Come on. Come on. 500 plus of those have been in the last year and a half. So that's just one example. Let me look at my list and tell you a couple more, because let me know if this is fun. Like if you're starting to think of something, even just that one, somebody's going to take that and run with it. Somebody is. Oh, here's another one that's not even on my list. Okay. This is what somebody's doing for me right now. So I'll show you exactly. And I don't think she'll mind me showing you this and telling you this. I'm not going to say how much I pay her, but let's just say that somebody has a website like I do. And let me just make sure I have the want to make sure. So let's just say somebody has a website, right? And you're kind of building on it. Maybe it's even on Lovable because that's what I use all the time for this one, for many of them. Let me just show you what I mean. Okay. So this is my plug and profit. That's where you have Prompt Shop in a box, you have Virtual Assistant OS, you have these different businesses in a box that I make. Okay. The link is below, but this is not what I'm talking about. So there's 6 right now. There's going to be a lot more soon. So I'm really excited about that. And if you have an idea for a product, you could ask for one. But make sure you're looking at the screen right now. So Hiring OS and YouTube OS, there are specific types of products in this suite. They come with a resale license. So you get a license. This one doesn't. This one doesn't. Now Prompt Shop does. It has a license, right? But when you click on Prompt Shop, you get a full video from me. So it's not showing up because it's trying to embarrass me. But there's usually a video right here. Yeah, there's a video right here. Okay, so you get a full video from me that explains Prompt Shop. So for these other ones, you don't, because I didn't go to the studio and make one. So what I did was I paid Rachel, who works with me. And again, I'm not going to say how much, but I can tell you that you can charge $1,000 for this, okay? Or more to make this video for this particular one. I'm going to stop the share so I can make it sound optimized. Okay, so I had it edited. But
Hi, I'm Rachel. I work behind the scenes with Arlan, supporting operations and making sure everything is smooth on your end when you purchase products inside of the Plug and Profit collection. Today, I'm walking you through Hiring OS, how to access it, how to duplicate it, and how to set it up so you can resell it under your own brand. When you purchase Hiring OS,
isn't that cool? So right there, she has that. She also made one for YouTube OS. Same thing. And it just starts differently, right? It's a different video, and she will make more videos. You'll see more videos from her, including maybe even when you go visit this site. And so what you could do is you could make videos. You could make videos. I'm going to, let me stop the share so I can make sure it's nothing personal on here. But okay, so you could look at somebody's website and say, oh, you know what? I like their site. It's a really great product that I believe in, but I feel like it's not explained well enough. And they probably don't have time or a place to go in and do like this professional shoot. They could always jump on Zoom. You can always jump on Zoom. Just know that. You don't have to get anything professional like I did. But what if you say, hey, I'm going to take that off their plate. I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to say, I will make your explanation video. Not only does this work for your sales page, for a sales page for somebody, which is super, super valuable, that they can put on their stand store, they can put on their school about page, they can, you know what I'm saying? And it's especially good for products, not so much like for you doing personal branding, but it works both ways. It's also good for after the person buys, having someone. So that's what we're doing internally is like after you purchase, you'll also have more videos from Rachel and other people. So think about how you could approach. I'm just excited about this because I know somebody is going to take this and run with it. Think about how you could approach this. You charge $1,000 to spend a day recording videos. You might even say, I'll do the editing if you know how to edit. Or you might say, I don't know how to edit, but I can make a script. I can do straight to screen. I can talk to them about what they want, and I'll make 3 clips or whatever, 4 clips, 5 clips. Then you might say the clips are going to be 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long, or one long 10-minute clip. Let me go to Fiverr and see if there's somebody who can edit that for $100, like a really nice edit. So then you hand them over the edited, finished product. You made like $900, $800 off of it, and they get something that's going to help them make a lot of money, conceivably. So what I was going to show you too is like, how do you do this? So you can just make a sales page. I promise you can just make a sales page. Again, I'm not promising you'll make money. I'm just saying you can do this on your own. You can at least try. You can make a sales page on Lovable or Stan. Oh, and or this is another thing. Let's see. So Fiverr, okay? So I have Fiverr Pro. So if you have Fiverr, you go to Fiverr, and then and Fiverr has two R's when you're looking it up. And you type in UCG, and I'm going to say video. And then that is a lot of these are for ads. So I'm going to say, let's say this one, SaaS. Okay, so SaaS. So I will create female user-generated content videos, SaaS, which is software as a service, and spokesperson ads. So let's just click on it. Again, I'm going to reshare it so it's optimized for sound. Let's just see what hers says.
With high converting, natural sounding.
Could this be you? Some people don't like to be on camera, so this is not going to be for you, but think about there are different ways to make money in December. Like really, okay?
I help brands stop the scroll with high converting, natural sounding UGC videos that actually sell.
Okay, so she does a lot of verticals.
Hey Miami, if your dental PPO
And you can do
insurance
that
is
too.
on
Like
this list, your cleaning and
100%,
exam,
you 100% can do verticals that people use for their ads, that people use for, organic. But I'm even saying like, look, I will create a tutorial video for your SaaS product. This is the kind of vibe that people are willing to spend some money on. And the reason I would say do this before you do the vertical, you kind of add one is because it's not going to be 100% accurate, but usually someone who has like a dry SaaS product or some sort of, tech product, usually they're not great at being on camera. And they also usually have a budget for something like this, even if they don't realize they should. So let's look at what theirs does.
Did you forget your Instagram password or just need to update it for security? No worries. We will tell you how to do it. You just simply need to follow a few steps to change your password in no time. Open the
A little bit of music in the background. This is probably on this website, Gangsty, right? And it's probably helping a lot of people navigate.
Managing proxies can be frustrating, right? Switching servers, managing sessions, and keeping tasks running smoothly,
Yeah.
it's a
No music on that one. Pretty dry. Doesn't even look like it's fully edited. You don't even have to do the editing, by the way. You can sometimes send it in, like Rachel sent hers in, and then I had it edited because that's another part of the budget that I want to use. Let me see. There was this one person that I thought was really good. I don't know why that music is playing.
Most UGC looks great.
Let's see what this dude's talking about. Let's see, I don't know.
Most UGC looks great, almost none of it converts. Here's how to change that. You need a creator who understands what actually makes a consumer buy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you should do ads, but I do know that like the spokesperson video is slept on. Slept on.
If you're a professional brand speaking to other professionals, your on-camera presence needs to strike the right tone. Polished, but never stiff.
Okay, cool. Let me do this. Let's see. I think I did this before. Black woman. There are a few. But there are not a lot. Anytime you see something where there are not a lot, you jump in.
Hey there, I'm Keisha, a Gen X UGC creator who's been crafting videos for nearly a year. My specialty, content that's real,
relatable. Yep. Okay. So you're asking yourself, well, can I just do this with AI? I would not recommend that unless you're really, really good at this. Okay. I would recommend instead that you just set up something with a clear background, like you go to Fiverr, look at what other people are doing, look at their ratings, look at how many people have purchased from them, and do stuff like that. Like do stuff like that. Tutorial. Let's see if I can get that. Okay, you know how I get on certain tangents and I can't let go of them. But let's see, Brian is for ads. Okay. So another thing that I noticed too, because I did do some like didn't I do some ones where I liked them? Yeah, funnel, mobile, gigs I love. Yeah. What I noticed when I went really specific on Fiverr, because before I asked Rachel to do this, I was looking for somebody on Fiverr. And then I was like, wait, Rachel's perfect for this. So I'm gonna do it. I noticed that there were like so few people who do this particular thing well, where I was looking for my business website, a walkthrough tutorial. So what Rachel could do, and I'm just letting you know, Rachel, if you're watching this, what you could do is you could charge people $1,000 or more, and you just do that. So my point is everybody still with me? I know some of y'all left, but is everybody with me? My point is that there are multiple things that you could do that are creative and make $1,000. One-time fee. We're not even talking about monthly recurring revenue right now. We're just talking about one time, 5 people, that's 5 grand. What could 5,000 extra dollars do for you in December or January? What could that do to kind of kickstart your new year? Isn't it worth taking a look, getting that free membership, taking a look, and obviously anything that's on my Plug-in Profit website can do the same. Like this, absolutely plug that in, no pun. But there are multiple ways. Just hop on ChatGPT and start ideating. Just start. There are free versions of ChatGPT that can help you make money. So start.